Good afternoon. My name is Itzel Rojas. I'm a sophomore at Georgia State University here in the Perimeter campus. And I was born and raised in Acapulco, Mexico for 8 years until one day my mom and I had to leave and we had to come here to Atlanta. Um, and I know that since you guys live in Atlanta, you guys have never had to experience a war zone. And you guys are able to walk down the street safely without the fear of without the fear of a rain of bullets starting to come down on you. You let your kids go outside knowing that they're safe and they won't be taken, and you won't be extortioned. You get to keep all the money you make with your business. That's not the case in Acapulco. So Felipe Calderon and let me tell you guys about a little bit more about Acapulco before it got to be where it was today. It used to be a beautiful vacation destination, like a hot spot. The Kennedys vacation there. I mean, it's got beautiful beaches, just a wonderful nightlife. It's over in the Pacific coast. And, Felipe Calderon started a war on drugs. And he broke up the cartels, the big cartels like Los Zetas, La Familia Michoacana. They started breaking up the big cartels that were in Acapulco. And this is according to Rodrigo Tiagas. Is he a specialist in drug trafficking? He lives in Brazil. He doesn't live in Brazil. He works in the University of Brazil. I'm sorry. And so he's a specialist in drug trafficking and international relations theory. And he theorizes that we have the capacity to corrupt politicians, business, police, and military officers is part of the reason why Acapulco is as bad as it is today. It's got a homicide rate of 142 killings per 100,000 residents, which is six times the national number. That's according to Adrian David. I've seen the corruption firsthand, and I just found out that Acapulco is called the murder capital of Mexico. I mean, Mexico is halfway through what may become the bloodiest year in its recent history, with more than 12,000 murders in the first 6 months of 2017. Joshua Parto. And because of this, the insecurity has greatly impoverished municipalities whose primary source of growth and development is international and national tourism. So tourism is dropping, violence is rising, and that's just the big picture. So I did an interview. I interviewed somebody, a local, over there in Mexico, and she let me know some of the things that were happening. I asked her if she feels safe in her neighborhood, and she said, yes, I'm used to all of this. Wherever you go, there's a problem. I've just gotten used to it. So she's just used to living there now, and she lives there to this day with fear of her own safety. I asked her if she feels safe with her kids in school, and she said, no, not at all. The other day I went to pick him up, and kids from a different school showed up with machetes, rocks, and knives and started a riot at school. The military came to break it up. Since Felipe Calderon came in and started to break up these cartels, a bigger problem arose, and now Acapulco is infested with gangs, individual gangs, because there is no order, and they terrorize people, extortions locals. Sometimes there's so much conflict within each gang that people have to pay quotas twice to two different gangs. And it's usually half their money, with taxi drivers being the biggest ones, the most targeted. The gangs have become more predatory, and this changes the politics of crime fighting. They pose a major threat to people's life, liberty, and property. The support of sections of Mexican society to drug cartels will be gone. This was according to Andres Roldan. And battles among the plethora of crime has made Guerrero one of the most violent states in Mexico this year, with more than 1,900 murders from January to the end of October and a population of 3.3 million. Guerrero boasts a murder rate that is 6 times higher than that of Louisiana, the U.S. state with the highest rate murder in 2006, according to Grillo Ian. So this is why Acapulco is unsafe. This is what is happening in Acapulco. This is what's occurring there. And this is why people leave. This is why people can't live in this country anymore. The government has failed to protect its city. Corruption has taken over. You can't walk down the streets. You can't own a business without being extortioned. It's just unsafe. And this is one of the reasons why people have had to leave Acapulco. It's not a choice. If you can't afford to pay the people, if you can't afford to pay the gangs the extortion money, your family's at risk and everyone you know is at risk. And you can't walk down the street at night in safety. You can't go to school and feel safe. It's just become a really dangerous place to live in. And that's why I had to leave Acapulco.